and we'll talk about it, and we'll give, in this case it was Dave, we'll give him notes and say, look, this is sort of what we're looking for. This is kind of the thing that we wanting it to move towards.
Yeah.
If it's okay with you, if you're kind of feeling like you want to grow with us,
Yeah.
please take our notes and
Yeah. Okay.
rewrite the script. No, just kidding. But so that
But
happened.
I do watch Entourage, so I know that
Yeah.
what's his name
Well,
does give
It's
these
just like
notes.
Entourage.
It's just like that.
Our world is just like Vinny Chase's.
It wasn't a lot of
The
rewriting,
producer,
but
producer, what's his name? That short-haired guy. Go ahead.
I don't know who that is.
I don't watch too much of the show. Doesn't matter. I'm not promoting that.
J.R. Zari.
Is
Yeah.
it? Anyway,
so since so that happened for about 8 months, and so every time we read the script, we had new actors read it, so we would hear different voices. So maybe we would catch something that we didn't hear this time or that time. And Dave has been really wonderful to work with. We've just always found it really easy, and him always particularly open to ideas that we may have, and also standing his ground on stuff that he's pretty married to and doesn't really want to shift the focus of the play.
But he didn't have to change the structure a whole lot, or sometimes he did.
There's no. I mean, every first play is going to change during rehearsal. They never come ready-made. Doesn't matter if you're
that's okay. Yeah,
the best in the world, or
Yeah.
and so if you're writing this play, you better accept that if it's getting put on, it's going to change and it's going to improve through that change. So there's really no. I mean, I would never go into a new play and think, nope, we're not. It's ready.
No,
it's
no,
not.
no.
It's so it's the edit. A rehearsal's the editing process, right?
Yeah.
And so that's. You go into it completely willing to
Yeah.
accept that, and that's the fun. To me, that is the fun part.
I remember reading, and it was not the greatest book, but it was about a playwright's beginning into his career on Broadway, and Mo Kaufman, something, The Man Who Came to Dinner, or one of those things, or Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and some famous guy accepted his play, and he was going to work with him, some famous playwright, and it would be co-written, and that was the major move, and he was surprised to get his script back totally filled with red ink. So it was a different
Bleeding, it's a
version of
bleeding
what you
script.
guys do with the workshop here.
Sure.
And that was considered a good thing. So let's get to the story itself. What is, without giving away the whole thing, because we want people to see the play, is it about everyone's nice and happy at the beginning, and they go with the war, and then they're angry at the end, or without giving it away?
Yeah, without trying to just recite the synopsis.
Yeah.
It's essentially about a couple, and they decide to enlist in the armed forces, and the female, Burns, played by Jill, gets in, and her husband doesn't. So he has to stay home while his wife goes off to fight. So the play starts with her already there, and basically the first third of the play, 17 pages, is in is set overseas, and it shows her experience there and her missing her husband and things like that, and then she goes back home, and when she comes back, she's injured, so now her husband has to take care of her. So all the frustrations and things
From
like
the
that.
war, she's injured.
She was injured in an accident.
Okay.
Yeah. And so and sort of one of the inciting incidents of the play, if you'll call it that, is when she's back home and injured, one of the soldiers from her unit visits, and that's where a lot of the tension comes from, because the Sweetie, played by Craig Henderson, he does not want anything to do with the army anymore. It's responsible for his wife's condition. So that's sort of the idea. That's sort of the thumbnail sketch. So there is a little bit of the beginning, during, and after of their experience with the war, and not just her experience and not just another soldier's experience, but the whole family's experience. So
Can we, guys, can we go to the trailer maybe?
Please.
If Blue
Sure.
can get through to that. So let's go to the trailer and just take a quick look.
Are you still recording, sweetie?
Yeah, I think so.
Here's your new palace, Kara.
Saved your life. Burns, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry! Should have been me there, you know that, right? I have been but it wasn't! It wasn't! It was your wife that did the fighting! And why is that, sweetie?
Loving that, sweetie.
loving that, Burns.
$10 to see all that.
Oh, yeah.
Just.
Someone
My
called
goodness.
it my HBO special, my new show on HBO.
That was wonderful. That stuff can be shown to who was the female director who won the whole shebang
For the Hurt Locker.
Yeah, the Hurt Locker.
Bigelow.
And she's her own person, but she was the ex-wife of
Cameron
Crowe.
Cameron. Isn't that
I
something?
I remember saying though when I was working on this play, I couldn't see that movie because I didn't want any of. I had a rare. I knew what it was about. I didn't want any influence. And
Yeah,
I
I
knew how
understand.
I've since seen it, and luckily there's no
Nothing.
real
No,
similarities.
but still, like Hey Rosetta is a real up-and-coming group amongst the independent music groups, and the lead singer tries not to see most of what's out there because they don't want the over-influence. They have to have some influence
Sure.
to get the creative juices going. That looks like a real hot play to go see. Maybe you guys should go see it. No, I'm
Yeah.
well, you'll try to see it through yourselves,
Yeah.
and you'll have a number of performances, and maybe we'll go to it right now. I've got this nice, cute little card, and I don't know if people can see it, but it shows Jillian looking awfully serious in the middle. Can I bring it closer to the camera? I don't know if I can. Blue, does that come close at all? There? Anyways, I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, so. Anyways, we got here. It's at the. Oh my goodness, this is a beautiful. I love
No
this
big
stage.
deal, huh?
That's a wonderful.
Yeah,
Got really
Theatre
lucky.
Passe Muraille is like a famous small
Yeah,
theater. Not
in
so
the main
small.
space.
In the
It's-
main space, that's a good number of people that fill in there,
Yeah.
Hopefully.
and you'll have people lining up for it. I'm sure at 16 Ryerson Avenue. And you've got here, if they go to the site, I guess they can get reminded of all the days of the
Yes,
dates.
absolutely.
And it's the 3ws.fringetoronto.com. Again, the 3ws.fringetoronto.com. And 416-966-1062. You don't have to say no, actually. It's where, okay, good. 416-966-1062. And then if you want to check the play out, you can just go to Facebook, www.facebook.com/wet2010. That's facebook.com/wet2010. And again, just check out, if you forget everything, just Google the Fringe Toronto, or again, 3ws.fringetoronto.com. And if you forget all that, just go to the Theatre Passe Muraille at 16 Ryerson. That's just in from Bathurst and Queen.
Yeah.
And the first play is on July the 1st, Thursday at 10:30 p.m. So, check that out. And it should be a wonderful play. And
If I could
And the
just-
show times are all over the place, so be sure to look because they're not all
Yeah.
at 10:30 p.m.
Yeah.
no, there's different times. I
Some
mean, I
in
can
the middle
mention
of the
them.
day, some are.
I think they'll forget
7
if I
o'clock.
say this, but you got
Yeah,
a
no, it's
Saturday at
okay.
3:30, for example, Monday at 10:45
Yeah.
Lots of
p.m.,
flexibility.
and it goes on and on. And so that means I might have time. You see, if
Exactly.
I can go,
Please, you
that
have
means
to.
that you people might
We'll
be able
get
to
you
go.
in for
Whoever
free.
you are, there's one for you.
Should I bring them more than one handkerchief? Because it's a serious.
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
And I should also mention we have a contest going on our facebook.com/wet2010 page where if you come up with your own definition for what the word wet means to you. We're curious as to what this word means
Right.
to people. And whoever wins, whoever comes up with our favorite definition gets 2 free tickets to the show. And
So then I can't ask how did you get the title wet? Because it would kind of destroy the
Well,
of this.
Yeah,
Or
you
would it?
can ask,
Oh,
but you can also
David?
have your own opinion as well.
Oh, that's true. Well, how did you, David?
Well, I mean, there are some private uses in between the couple of the play for what the word wet means, but I mean, I do like the word. I'm happy that you're discussing just the quality of the word wet. I think it's a nice title.
I think it's catchy.
I think
definitely.
that was one. I mean, it didn't used to be wet. It was a much longer title, and it has gradually, like everything else in the play, been excised down to one word. But no, but it's
The collaborative process.
This idea that the couple lives in a very dark, damp basement,
Oh, there-
and
okay.
that is a very literal meaning of it. But
Yeah.
there are sort of some more private meanings between the couple, which is what I hope comes out in the play, and that's without giving that one away. That's a little
And then
carrot.
again, we have that's what art is what the artist, whether it's a painting or your play, you have your creative abilities and put into action, and then